Over the last year, we've built up 5 family habits to help us to save money. These aren't just one-off hacks, they're things that we use every day in our routine. One of which is actually cutting my boy's hair, which I'll get into in a minute. However, another one of these habits has actually put over £400 back into our pocket. So if you haven't met me yet, my name is Ian, I'm 36 years old, I'm a dad of 2, and it is my absolute mission to make my financial situation better for myself and for my family. Over the years, I actually earned quite a bit of money through property. However, due to silly decisions, a lot of that money has gone, which was a massive wake-up call for me. And in the last year, I have been utterly obsessed with changing my financial situation for myself and my family. So let's get into them. Habit number 1 then, I actually call it 1 in, 1 out, and essentially it's about my children's toys. Now, if they want something new, they have to get rid of something that they don't use anymore in order to get that new item. My boys love their toys, they love collecting monster trucks and other little bits. They're always after new ones. However, we have to say to them they have to get rid of something in order to get a different toy. Now, that's not us being harsh. It's just because we don't want our house looking like a toy warehouse, and obviously spending can just become silly. So that then leads on to point number 3, which I'll go over in a bit. And this method, 1 in, 1 out, has helped us put more money back into our pocket. I'll go over that one in a second though. Before I get onto that point about putting money back into our pocket, that leads on to habit number 2, and this one is buying second hand. We've done this so much in the last year now. That is anything from my children's toys to clothes to bits and bobs around the house. So instead of buying second hand as a backup plan, we always go straight to second hand things. That could be as simple as Facebook Marketplace, Vinted. We've even been to car boot sales in order to get things cheaper. Now, the reason why is since I've had children, and specifically in the last year, I've realized that my children grow so quickly. Their clothes we would buy brand new cost a fortune, and they're only in them for a few months. My boys as well love rolling around and playing with each other and playing football, so they get them filthy. So secondhand for us is just an absolute lifesaver, and it's saved us so much money as well. Habit number 3 then, this was the one that puts money back into your pocket, and this one is selling your old stuff. So just under a year ago, I set up a Vinted account online, never done it before, didn't know what I was doing, but I set it up and I have sold so much stuff on there. We've sold my children's clothes, their shoes, old toys, bits around the house. So literally putting all that together on Vinted, I did some calculations today, and that has earned me £401.14 in just under a year. And that was getting rid of stuff that I probably would have just thrown away. And honestly, I can tell you that I've been utterly shocked with the things that do actually sell. The things that I put up thinking that I'll be wasting my time by advertising them have sold pretty soon after they've been advertised. So for me, selling stuff now is just absolutely key. And what we've also learned is my boys love Lego. And what we now do, as you're probably aware, it's a nightmare Lego. They lose bits, but we put it into bags, they build it, we take it apart, put it back in the bags, and then when they're ready to get a new set, we can still sell it, no lost pieces. So that is also a winner for us within the last year. Habit number 4 then, this is the one that I teased at the start, and this is cutting hair. So I decided to cut my boys' hair. It's not that harsh. I decided to be the test pilot first of all on this. I watched a YouTube video, I watched a few YouTube videos to be honest with you as well, and I decided to cut my own hair. I was able to do the front, the top, the sides, and it looked all right. The back, however, was absolutely disastrous, and my wife had to cut that, but she watched the videos as well, and she did a great job. I'm hoping my hair does look good. Drop a comment in the box below if it looks good. If not, please tell me, and I can maybe rethink this one. But after we got used to it, we then decided to cut my little boy's hair, and honestly, it was so good. They were brilliant. Before, we used to cut their hair, we'd take it to the hairdressers. They hated going and we'd have tantrums, and it was a lot of time out of our schedule. However, now we just cut it at home. They can chill out, they can relax. We give them a little treat afterwards, and they're as good as gold. Now, I'm not slating hairdressers or anything like that. They do amazing work, far better than what I can do myself. However, it has saved us so much money. Now, I've got my notes in front of me, but we worked out that we'd be cutting hair about once every 6 weeks. So that works out to be about 8 or 9 trips to the hairdressers a year. Now, for me, it was £20 per haircut. For my little boys, it was £15 each for a haircut. So every 6 weeks, we were paying £50 to get 3 of our hair done. But when you add that up over the course of the year, that's roughly about £450 on haircuts. Now, the set of clippers we bought cost about £25. So if you take that away from the cost of the haircuts, we're saving about £425 a year just on getting our haircuts. And it's, like I've said, been so much better than what I expected. I'm not going to pretend I look perfect, but I feel like it's okay and I'm happy with my hair, and my boys are all good as well. So the final habit, number 5, this is about your library. Get yourself a library card, guys. We did, and my boys go there weekly with us. We get a range of books out, and they can obviously just keep taking them back. It saves us buying books. It saves us having loads of books around the house all the time that they're not actually reading. The key thing as well, it's kept reading fresh and the bedtime routine fresh. They absolutely love it. And they also love going to the library. It's like a little adventure every single time to get their books out. Now, there has been a case where my children absolutely loved the book and wanted it, and then that led back to one of the other habits, which was buy secondhand. So one of the books they absolutely loved, we then looked secondhand and we did buy it. But our first port of call is to use the library. It saved us loads of money. It's had all those other benefits, keeping reading fresh. My boys love it. So for us, it's an absolute winner, and I would thoroughly suggest you guys doing that. In addition, I didn't realize this, but when you actually go to your local library, there's so much more that you can actually borrow and take out other than books as well. So it's well worth looking into. And finally, our local library do loads of little challenges as well for our kids. So it's got way more benefits than just the saving money side for us. So there you go, there's our 5 frugal money-saving habits that we use as a family. Nothing groundbreaking, but they're working amazingly for us. Now, if you've got any of your own frugal habits, drop them in the comments below. I genuinely would love to try more out, and I'd really appreciate it as well. If you're going to try any of these, also let me know. If you want to hear more from me as well, I've got a video coming up on the screen, which is where I tried 10 money-saving hacks and tips in 30 days. I did that earlier on in the year and recently made a video about it because they were so good. So check that one out. And also, as mentioned, I'm really trying to sort out my own financial situation for myself and my family. And I'm really hoping to encourage other people to do that as well and to help people out if they need. So I've put together some free resources. Check them out in the link in the description below. I'm also going to be putting more together as I get time to do it, and I'll also put them up as well. So thank you for watching, and I really appreciate your time.